What's going, guys? Today I'm gonna show you how to build an exceptional listing that doesn't suck and makes a ton of sales for you, right? So we're gonna cover a lot of things and the very fundamentals of building out great listings that are optimized for the search engine, but they're like don't scream keyword packed, right? We're gonna focus on the customer, like on the main benefits of our product. I'm gonna basically share the best practices of coming up with an enticing and compelling copy or product description for any product that you have, right? We're gonna also talk about how you need to what kind of things you need to keep in mind as you are typing out different areas of your listing, such as bullet points, product description, title, as well as how you need to like come up with a good list of keywords, right, that you can weave in to your backend search terms, like those hidden fields that are not visible to the customer, but they are still important for the machine to recognize what is your product all about, right, and show it to more customers. So yeah, and we're gonna use a few different tools which is going to help us, like, you know, come up with different ideas, discover keywords that are relevant to our product and the ones that we can actually insert or include inside the listing. So this is going to be one tool, and we're gonna use another one, which is ChatGPT. Everyone has already heard about this tool and how powerful it is when helping us come up with different ideas and, you know, just in general actually build out the listing. And this tool is very, very good. Like, I can't really stress enough how good it is when you need to like look for ideas as you are writing out those bullet points for your product. So yeah, without further ado, let's hop right into this video. So the first step that you need to do is just head over to Helium 10, right? We're gonna then click on this like drop down menu, tools, okay, and then the menu will be brought up. So you want to click on scribbles, so open up this scribbles tool. And once you come here, guys, now obviously we don't have any keywords, so we need to first of all find and pick the right keywords for our product, a big chunk of keywords that we can use as we are actually thinking and building out those different areas of our listing. So since you are launching or building a new listing, right, you don't really have a lot of historical data that you can scratch or scrape from like your listing. So what we're gonna do in this case is actually focus on our competitors that are selling an identical or a very close matchup to our product. Okay, so what we're gonna do is actually type in the main keyword that resembles or depicts our product. So you want to use a keyword that is broad enough and it has a relatively high search volume, but don't just try to focus on narrow keywords that are not going to have any search volume, right? So you need to be specific enough, but also broad enough, right, if that makes sense. Anyways, just think of the main keyword, right, that actually depicts your product quite well, and you want to type it in the search bar. Okay, hit search. Now once you come onto the search page, you want to pull up the X-ray tool. So if you don't have the Chrome extension, Helium 10 Chrome extension, I would highly recommend you to grab one, right? So all you have to do is just go and type in Helium 10 Chrome extension, and this is going to be the first result. You open this up, you pin it to your browser, and there we go, you can use it. Okay, so let's pull up the X-ray tool. Okay, so yeah, just open it up. Now it's gonna like show you all these different products that appeared on this page of search results. So what we're gonna do is actually first of all click on these filters, okay, option, and then we're gonna tick this option to like exclude all the sponsored results and ads essentially that are not going to be very relevant to us. Okay, now we will focus only on organic listings, which are going to be the most accurate results. So yeah, what I would now suggest you to do is just select around 10 competitors that match your product pretty well. So we're gonna just select random competitors in this case, because for the sake of this example and just to save time, I'm gonna choose the random competitors. Okay, once you got a list of 10 ASINs or 10 direct competitors, you want to run the Cerebro tool. Now it's gonna actually crawl all this information, this tool, from different areas of your competitors' listings and just show you all these keywords that they're actually indexing for. So that's going to be very powerful, guys, and obviously it's going to be a huge list of keywords, which is going to be too much for us. So we're gonna apply certain filters to narrow down our list of keywords and only focus on the most relevant ones that we need to include inside our listing. Like once this page loads up for you, okay, you want to first of all apply certain filters. So I want to bring your attention to this option, ranking competitors, right? So you want to type in, for example, 5, and then competitor rank average, let's do 1 to 50, okay? Because the competitors, if they're like most of these competitors, at least 5 competitors are showing anywhere between 1 or 50 position. Like you take an average, right? So you might have one competitor that is ranking on position, I don't know, 100, another is like let's say position 1, so the average is 50, right? So just to give you a general idea of how these filters work, because we've applied these filters, it's going to show us only relevant keywords, because these competitors, they need to relatively be showing up or appearing on the page high up, right? Let's apply filters and see what it gives us. I see, so we got 700 keywords. Okay, what we can do, guys, is actually, since there are a lot of keywords with barely any search volume, what I'm gonna do is actually specify the search volume. So we're gonna focus only on keywords that have at least 500 searches per month. So go up here, right there, and where you see search volume, just punch 500, okay? And then just hit this button again, and this should reduce the list of keywords. There we go, only 150 keywords. So that's a good amount of keywords that we can now play around and punch in another tool. So what we're gonna do is actually export all this data, all right? Or you can copy this to clipboard, or we can do like download this as a CSV. Okay, so we're gonna open it up in an Excel sheet. Now let's grab the entire list. So go to the top, select the first keyword, like where this list nicely lines up, right? Select the first result, click Control, Shift and down arrow key on your keyboard to go to the very top of and select all these keywords. Now go back to Helium 10, and now we're gonna use another tool, which is going to be Scribbles. So you need to click on this drop down menu and then select Scribbles, open up on in the new tab. Okay, so it's going to take a bit of time. There we go. So once this page comes up, you want to include all these keywords, right? And some of them will not be very specific to your product. So I would highly recommend you to just go through this entire list and just double check if these keywords make sense and are related to your product. As you can see, one keyword is just, I don't know, some kind of sequence of random characters. So I'm gonna just delete this, get rid of that keyword, because it doesn't really make sense for us using these keywords as we are building our listing. So, but most of these, like, they're pretty good, right? Girl sleeping bag, like indoor sleeping bag, lightweight sleeping bags. As you can see, there are a lot of highly specific keywords that actually match our product. So that's great. You just want to like move down this list and make sure that most of these keywords are actually related to your product, right? And if you see any, like if there is a brand name that comes here, right, you want to obviously get rid of that, because we're not gonna type in our brand names, like competitors' brand names anywhere throughout our listing. It's not a good practice, and actually Amazon is cracking down on sellers or on listings that use their competitors' names across their copy. Just to make you aware of that, I just wanted to point this out. Okay, so enough rambling, let's go back. Yeah, and then just hit apply. Now see all of these keywords, guys, right? So okay, the idea, guys, now is to think of a title. So the way I would actually type out the title is I would first of all choose or pick on the highest search volume keywords. So the ones that are actually marked or have a red color, these are like the highest search volume. So the color indicates the search volume of each keyword, and the ones that are marked with red are actually like they are generating the highest search volume. So if we want to really bring our attention to these keywords as we are putting together the title, right? So I'll just do sleeping bag. Okay, let's do individual keywords, and as you can see, as we start typing out these keywords, the ones that we've already used are just gonna cross off and erase. So as you can see, and yeah, now we just need to really like try like to think of a title that is comprehensive enough, but it's actually optimized for the search engine as well, right? So I'll do I see kids, the word that kids, so we're gonna use sleeping bags for kids because it's relevant, and adults, since I see another keyword appear right here, which is adults. Now for camping, right? So we can do at the very beginning camping sleeping bags. As you can see, we are getting we are like covering a good amount of all of these keywords, right, that are important for our product. So that's great. And also another section that you want to take a look at is phrases. So try to cover as many phrases as possible, right, by using like combinations of these keywords, right? And make sure that you don't have enough, like you don't have a lot of duplicate names, because it doesn't really matter, guys. You only need to use this word like once, right? And that's more than enough. If you start like repeating words after and after, this will give a negative signal to Amazon's algorithm, and it's not going to show your product like anywhere higher, right? So it's just something to avoid, you know. Why would you include two like duplicated words, like the same words, when you can actually cast a wider net of keywords by using different unique words, right? So yeah, camping sleeping bags for kids and adults, that's what we got so far. Okay, let's see. So it says sleeping bags for adults, so this got higher search volume. So I'm gonna just, you know, change the words, like the place or the order that they go into. Okay, so we're gonna do sleeping bags for adults and kids. Okay, and then what we can do is actually, so I'm gonna pause this video and just try to think of how I can put together this title. Okay guys, so I came up with the title. As you can see, I added some additional words. This is how it came out like in the end. So as you can see, I added some keywords to juice this up, and, you know, make sure that we've actually included all the keywords that are necessary for the title, right? So as you can see, this is what I came up with. Lightweight sleeping bags for adults and kids, light camping sleep bag for children. Although I told you that you should not repeat words, that's okay if you like use this 2 times, because like we still need to provide a little bit context, right? And because the reason why we are using or repeating those words, because we want to add some words that are still important, right? It would seem weird or sound weird if we didn't have camping sleeping bag, like sleeping bag within these words, light camping and for children. Obviously they're important, so that's why we picked on them. And then like I've highlighted that it's suitable in cold weather, because this was an important keyword. Cold weather, as you can see, it's rolling in a lot of search volume. A lot of people are searching this keyword, and we need to capitalize on all the searches and signal to Amazon's algorithm or machine that we are actually relevant to that keyword. So it's going to be higher chance that we will show up on like higher positions as people are searching up these keywords, right? As cold weather or like winter, backpacking and hiking, you know, these words are also important because they appeared in our list. And I also noticed that some brand names just sneaked in here. So what you want to be careful of is that you are actually doing your research and you don't have any brand names like that you fit in your title, right? Because why would you include a competitor's name, you know? First of all, it's against terms of service, and it's not going to help you to convert more customers because you will be just deceiving your customers, right? With like using your brand names, with using competitors' names inside the title. So yeah, this is not going to help you at all. So you want to avoid targeting or hitting on brand names, right? Such as Teton or Flannel. This happened to be a brand name, so yeah, that's what we need to be careful of, making sure that we don't pick on competitors' names. So okay, once that's done, guys, now we need to use some of these words, right, that we haven't fit in our title and they are not crossed off. So you can see that we still got a good amount of words that we can utilize while writing out these other areas of our listing, such as bullet points or description and search terms, right? So backend is another field that you want to really take advantage of, because it's not going to be visible for like the customer who's looking at your product, but it's still going to play an important role when helping the machine recognize and actually identify what is your product all about, right? And thus it's going to give you more visibility like to your listing, you know. Okay guys, so before you move on to this next step of like writing out bullet points, right, and just finishing these other areas of your listing, I want to really stress this out and bring this to your attention. You need to go to your list, right, and make sure that there are like no brand names, like there are no competitor names inside this list. So you need to basically go and edit the list, and if you notice some competitors names that are within this list, you need to edit the list, like refine this list of keywords a little bit, right? So I can see Sub-Zero, right? Sub-Zero, oh, like it's okay. Sub-Zero is like a general word, right? I guess it's not a competitor's name, but we can see such as Zen, something like Zen Bivai, I don't even know what that means, or Malome, right? This is clearly a competitor's name, right? So we're gonna just get rid of that to avoid any issues whatsoever. Or like Flannel, I'm not sure guys, but this seems to be a competitor's name, right? So if you are doubting or you are very skeptical about a certain keyword, just get rid of that, you know. It's going to be better than picking on these brand names that like are going to screw your conversions and just, you know, hurt your conversion rate by a lot. Yeah, and once that's done, you can apply the list again. Okay, what we're gonna do guys is now click on copy unused phrases, not words. Okay, so go ahead and copy all of these phrases. Now we're gonna move on to the next tool, which is ChatGPT. So just go ahead and type in ChatGPT, open this up. All right, once you are here, you want to now type in the prompt. So I'll provide you with the prompt, and it's going to help you actually think of very compelling and enticing bullet points that make those sales come in. Okay, so we're gonna write or like tell to this tool, write 5 bullet points and for the product sleeping bags, you want to include the product, whatever is the product of yours. Okay, instead of sleeping bags, because this I'm using this as an example, obviously. So yeah, you want to use like change this to whatever product you're selling. Write 5 bullet points for the product sleeping bags. Make it persuasive and compelling. Okay, now we need to click like, yeah, just space this out, and now we're gonna add another line. Please include the following keywords. And now we're gonna just provide the list of keywords that we've actually copied from this tool. So we're gonna just paste this right here. Okay, as you can see, all of these keywords, they nicely line up. So yeah, and now all we need to do is just hit this like button, and ChatGPT is going to think of like very nice bullet points that are actually compelling and enticing and evoke customers like emotions. So as you can see, right, it says that's great, guys. As you can see, it came with solid bullet points such as all season comfort from frosty winter nights to summer camping adventures, or our sleeping bags cater to all ages and weather conditions. That is actually the details, or like the information that is really important to your customer, right? And yeah, you want to double check if like these bullet points make sense, right? And if they are like true, actually they are like compliant with the terms of service and your product, right? And what you can also, guys, do is, okay, that is neat. You can say to this tool on something like that, can you focus more on the benefits versus product features? Okay, and then just hit this button again. Okay, it's going to come with another with a new list of bullet points, but this time it's going to focus more on the benefit side of your product, because this is what actually sells, right? Obviously, customers, they don't buy through the logic, they base all of their buying decisions through like emotions. So you need to evoke an emotion, so the customer actually feels that you hit them right with the product, and then they're gonna like be incentivized or like encouraged to buy your product, obviously. So yeah, as you can see, you can really like play around, but the point is that we don't really need to scatter our brain as we are thinking of ideas for the bullet points, you know, how we need to like craft those bullet points. All is taken care of us because of this phenomenal tool, and it's obviously going to include all these following keywords, right? Not all of them, but the majority of them will be included in this bullet point that the tool is going to come up with. So that's great, guys. Now all you need to do is really copy this, then just transfer this to your tool. If you want to see like how many words we got crossed off right after this like exercise or step. Okay, so I'm gonna really quickly do that. Okay, just copy this and transfer all of these bullet points one by one to this amazing Scribbles tool. Yeah, and as you can see, we got some of these keywords crossed off that we didn't really think of these keywords before, right? Of these individual words. We did not look at this gray area when we were like putting together the title. But as you can see, because we informed and instructed this tool to come up with bullet points where like all of these keywords are inside them, and now like the majority of these keywords just got erased. So that's a great sign, because that means obviously our listing is keyword packed, but it's still going to sell because we focus on the benefits of the customer while not keyword stuffing our listings, right? Keyword stuffing or cluttering our listings with a ton of keywords would not make sense, because it would take away from the comprehension when the customer actually wants to learn more about our product, and as they are reading like those important details right about our product. So we avoided that, but we still got a lot of these keywords covered because we instructed ChatGPT to do the search for us, like to do the heavy lifting for us. And yeah, that's great, guys. The last step, guys, of putting together a phenomenal and exceptional listing is just, you know, to get those search terms, right? Search term fields. So what we're gonna do is literally go and copy This time we need to copy all words from this words section, not phrases, right? So we want to come over here and just copy all unused. Now what we're gonna do is just paste them right here. As you can see, we got some additional words, and now like that's crazy, guys, because we got all of these words just dashed out, and this is amazing because we've just included all these words that we wanted at the very beginning throughout our listing, right? So that's amazing. And you can like put in some brand names, right, competitor names, as long as it's not visible to the end customer, right? But if it's like within this backend, like within this these backend fields, that is like okay, guys. The machine will not pick on these words because it's not that advanced, right? And I've used my like for my listing, as I was crafting very good listings, right, for my own products. I actually went on and included these competitor names, and my listing is active, and that's okay, guys. No one really cracked down on my listing or taken down because I've included some competitor names, right? So that's something to also keep in mind. So as you can see now, that's it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. All you need to do is go to your listing. Actually, you will need to edit your listing, and yeah, just copy everything from this tool and transfer it to your listing, right? So you can just go to your Seller Central account, click edit the listing, then like copy all this information, punch it, like transfer it over to your listing, and then like you apply all the changes, you save all the information, and yeah, from there on you are just, guys, killing. You're making a killing if you get everything right and you actually apply the right ad strategy, etc. But yeah, that's about it. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and this helps you improve your listings or actually craft new listings, right? So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, because I'm sure I'm putting out a ton of value. So, and I noticed that only around 10 people are subscribed to my channel, and I'm not really sure why the percentage is that low. I would want to bump up that percentage, like increase it to at least 20%. So please do a favor for me and just don't forget, guys, to subscribe to my channel. One important thing that you need to really keep in mind, and I forgot to mention at the very beginning, and you know, I want to basically make this very clear right off the bat, so you don't run into any issues as you are applying this information to your listing, right, and getting it approved. So when you see, guys, when you like come up with your search terms, right, you want to take a look at this maximum limit of words or bytes that you can use for your search terms field, right? So you want to obviously stay within this limit and not exceed 250 bytes, right? So all you need to do is really, first of all, you need to remove commas. Make sure that you don't have any commas, right? So if you remove commas, you will get rid of a lot of bytes already just by getting rid or erasing these commas that are not necessary, right? So you can basically remove these commas, right? And that will get you to, I don't know, a smaller amount of bytes, and then you obviously can remove some words, right, if there are still too much bytes that like exceed the limit that is allowed per Amazon's guidelines. So yeah, just wanted to make this very clear, protect you from any issues later on. And also for the title, which is probably one of the most elements out of all these other fields that you can fill in with keywords, right? For the title, you can keep this up to 200 bytes. So make sure that you don't go above 200 bytes. And I would even keep this like at a smaller number. So I don't know, put in like 150 bytes, because as you start really like mixing in a lot of keywords, putting together a lot of words, right, this might actually cause you some issues. in a way that your customer is not really able to understand what benefits, like what is your product, because you might include so many keywords where it's like conflicting information and it doesn't really matter for the customer, right? Yeah, but as long as you actually use some dashes, right, between different sequences of words, right, you should be good to go, guys. So this is another kind of quick tip for you, or golden nugget, that you need to like separate different phrases by dashes, so you can kind of just make this more convenient for your consumer to read the title and then get a clear idea of what your product does, right? So, hopefully you enjoyed this video again, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. And if you didn't know, guys, I run an Amazon PPC agency where we help Amazon private label brands scale all the way to 1 million in monthly revenue with a custom ad strategy, right? So if you've been struggling to increase sales and maintain your ACOs for those Amazon PPC campaigns, or you just noticed that you've been taking a lot of time out of your day to go into your advertising dashboard, right, every single week, download certain reports, pull out those bulk files and just optimize your Amazon PPC campaigns so you can run profitable ads, and grow your business in a sustainable way, you can go ahead to our website and actually schedule a call where we will get to know more about your brand goals and see if we would be the right fit to work together, right? What really sets us apart from other agencies that we don't deploy the same ad structure or the same ad strategy for every single brand, right? We always try to understand your brand goals so we can align the ad strategy and develop the right ad strategy that fit your needs and brand goals. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.